currently in theaters, but probably not for much longer as I type this, because as I type this, I'm used to saying that. As I say this, I live a life online. What can I say? Currently in theaters, streaming forevermore is Over Your Dead Body. This is a really dark, really violent comedy, relationship comedy that stars Jason Segel and Samara Weaving as a couple who, I'm just going to tell you the setup for this movie, and then I'm going to stop because this movie has a lot of twists and turns and surprises that are pretty fun. This is a remake of a film from just a couple years ago by director Tommy Wirkola, who gave you the Dead Snow films and Violent Night, and movies that have a very dark, nihilistic, gross, comedic sense of humor or sense of the world. So that's what this has. This film, Jason Segel is a director of commercials, and his wife is an actress, and he hates her, and he plans to take her away to the country house in upstate New York and murder her and make it look like she wandered off into the woods and never came back again. That's the setup of the film. I'm telling you no more than that, because there are surprises after surprises after surprises. Some of them very violent and very gory and very shocking. Some of them very gross. And this was produced by Tommy Wirkola, directed by somebody else, but it has the Wirkola touch, which is focuses on gore and blood and shock effects and fluids. This has a kind of a urination fixation for some reason and other things like that. I don't find fluids funny. I find them gross, and I tend to get taken out of a movie that really fixates a lot on that, because I'm just like, what kind of junior high moron made this film? But it is very well made. It is well performed, and it was pretty funny and pretty surprising. I did not expect much out of this. This was one of those matinees I went to kind of to kill time, but ultimately I had a fairly good time with this. There are cast members that are not necessary, that are surprises, let's put it that way. And I'm not going to tell you any more about it. There are cast members that I'm sure are in the trailer and are on the posters or in the opening credits, but I'm not going to tell you who they are and how they show up, but there are people you will recognize, and it is a very silly, very dark film. Is it a date movie? For the right date, yes, it probably is. And shot in Finland, because the original film that this was based on was a Norwegian-Finnish co-production. So this was basically, it feels like, I didn't look into this, it feels like it was kind of produced by people who might have worked on the original and just wanted to do an English language version to have it, sell in this country. And one of the many listed producers is Karen Gillan, who I believe is one of the former Doctor Who people. She was also in the more recent Jumanji, video game-based Jumanji films. If that's the same person, that's interesting. She could have easily been the co-star of this. But Samara Weaving also allowed to use her actual Australian accent, which is a nice change of pace. So not a lot to say about this, other than if you like other films from Tommy Wirkola, this will probably work for you. I'm curious to see the original and see how different it is. From the couple stills I saw on IMDb, it looks like this is following the pattern for that one pretty closely. It just had some moments where I laughed, which not a lot of comedies do for me these days, and some shock moments that would get a reaction out of a good-sized crowd. Unfortunately, at this point, this film is being moved into small theaters and a few showtimes a day, so I talk about everything like you're going to watch it in the theater. Most of you people are probably going to watch it streaming. It is worth a stream. If you like Samara Weaving from the Ready or Not films, this kind of is in that same very, very general world. And if you like Jason Segel playing a nice guy who's pushed to his breaking point, you have that here too. So in theaters now, streaming forevermore, is Over Your Dead Body.